What is up, disc golf fans from around the world? I'm at my favorite place to be, my home place, my safe place, my sanctuary, Devens Disc Golf. And I'm here for a very good reason. There's a doubles tournament here on Saturday. One round on each course, one round on the hill, one round on the general. Marky and I have been playing this event together since 2016. Team Dude took it down in 2018. And the last time we played it was 2022. And I think we lost by a couple. Unfortunate, but it happens. Gonna be taking the vlog out on the general. Now the general is a way more big boy, tight gaps, longer shots type of course than the hill. The hill is the course I learned how to play on, but the general is the type of course that will teach you the shots you need to learn and need to focus on. And one thing it taught me to do was throw putters to stay in the middle. First time my vlog is ever gonna see the general. There's a video of me, Simon, and Angel from 2022, the end of 2022, of us playing out there. I've been so excited to get back out here, and what better time than now, because I need to get a practice run in anyway. So here's the hill. If you've been to Devens, you know. Hole 1, you walk down the fence line here. One of the things that makes the hill so much more popular than the general is it's a little bit of a hike to get to hole 1 of the general. You got to get out to hole 4 of the hill. So sometimes people show up, they'll play 1, 2, 3 on the hill just like a warm-up. And then that brings you right to the first tee of the general. Here's hole 1 in all its glory. It doesn't start you out very easily. It always looks harder, especially first shot of the day. But that's why we bring 2. Always 2 off 1. That's solid. All right. That looks great. All right, that's up there. That's a great drive. So something really funny that just happened is a couple that I met at the shed, they were heading out and I said, what course are you playing? They're like, oh, the general. And they're coming out to practice for Hawktoberfest. They're like, yeah, whatever. You have any tips? I'm like, stay in the middle. But other than that, them going out to the general kind of made me realize not everybody probably knows how to get there, and that's why I explained it to the camera. Well, then I ran into them in the middle of hole 3 on the hill. They were looking for the first tee. So I'm glad I was there to show them the way. And having a birdie putt on hole 1 here is definitely not something to take for granted. So a couple really solid shots there to start off the round. So I threw Skywalker 1 first, and then I threw the Mummy Skywalker 2. And Circle's Edge for birdie is just about as good as it gets. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now I get a comebacker to warm up even more. There he is. He's awake. And he's still asleep. Hole 2 in all its glory right here. Not much else to it other than you want to give it a good run. The only ace I have on the general is hole 8. Let's try and change that today. Well, that's parked. Cool. P1X, the new guy. This thing has been money. Drop, 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 drop. Oh, parked. MD5. I've been working on putting the MD5 in my bag. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. I think it's gonna work. Skip in somehow. Oh, roll away. Bye-bye. That's how Devens goes. Alrighty, that is 1 under through 2. It's about as good as it gets. Probably one of the most deceiving holes on the course because it is a short hole and it goes to the right, but the way that the fairway filters is kind of in a bowl. And like a really good shot is actually just throwing a putter dead straight that gets you like 20 feet. And like in a doubles tournament, who's not gonna make a 20-footer with 2 tries? But a very popular play is just a standard sidearm, and that's what I'm gonna throw first. But yeah, I'm gonna keep score today and see what I got. Well, it's not straight enough. Missed everything, which means I'm gonna have a putt. It's not impossible. Hello. Oh, now I yanked it right. Oh, all right, par here is not the best. Hole 4, probably one of the trickier par 3s on the course, but it's mostly just because of these 3 trees on the hill here that you got to beat and call that the field goal. Everybody knows. Either flippy through the field goal and dip it, or you can go something just straight far left of the wide one, and you just want it to pan out. But I think I'm gonna go flippy, maybe even like up the gut, because I don't know, none of the other stuff looks good right now. No, oh, see, that was gonna be money. All right, maybe I shouldn't have thrown that one first, because now it's rolling. Oh boy, all right. Sorry, Marky chap. I won't do that to you on Saturday, I promise. No, yes. No, I yanked it, but I had the line. Okay, didn't kick down the mountain. You know, if you were to watch 3 players throw this hole, they'd probably all look like something like that. This is what it looks like to play the general, just in case you're wondering. The basket's basically straight ahead. I've got this tiny gap. I think I'm just gonna try and snap a little P2 sidearm through there without falling over. Well, I didn't throw it correctly. That was really lame, crazy hyzer putt. I figured that tree would probably get in the way. There it is. First par 4. As you can see, the basket right there. It's actually not that far of a par 4. However, this tee shot, very, very specific. And forgot I had some stories I wanted to tell. Hole 2, I want to give a shout out to Aaron Little, one of Devens' finest. 2016 28 chain salute, the tournament on the general. Aaron Little signed up as a PDGA member for the first time, and his first throw was on hole 2 as a PDGA member, and he aced, skip ace off the rock, first shot of the tournament. That's pretty cool. Also, the putter trick, backhand putter, like I said, on 3, John Bond told me that a long time ago, and I never forgot it. And now this hole right here, I have a special memory because I was a 15-year-old kid who couldn't really control a driver, and Andy Duquette just kind of had me on this kick where I would just throw a judge on every hole as much as possible. And I'll never forget Jeremy Drager watching me as a 15-year-old kid throwing a putter all the way through the gap here over the hill, and he never stopped talking about it for the rest of the time. And as a 16-year-old kid that doesn't really know where he belongs in the sport, that was something that meant a lot to me to hear. All right, but nowadays it's FD or CD1 or honestly DD because it's doable. It's only 530, but FD just sounds like the perfect disc. Oh, I flipped it too early. Oh my God, I'm showing you guys the nightmare kicks. I wanted to freaking hit the gap with conviction like that, but other disc, or is that perfect? Oh, it's perfect. Oh, it's freaking hits late tree. Nothing you can do about that. My disc is here. The basket's basically straight down this tunnel. And we're gonna try something a little crazy. Midnight Prowl sidearm. Oh, I did it. Oh my goodness. That was sick. I love sidearm in the Midnight Prowl. Here's what it looks like from the top of the hill. Just a dead straight shot. Very fair. And it's only like 200 off the tee from here. But there's just a lot of trees. I wanted to give a quick shout out to Sam Gaddis. When I was leading the Champions Cup, Sam had the Pro Tour pull some clips of me playing the General, saying that that's why I could play Northwood Black so well, because I ain't afraid of tight gaps and long wooded fairways. But yeah, this course is definitely different. A lot different. Northwood Black is like those long wooded fairways with placement. The General is mostly, once you get through the gaps, you're almost putting afterwards, because it's only par 56, where Northwood Black's like par 63 or something like that. And yeah, that's really it for just that shot, that scramble shot. Just made me think of it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's why I come from a place where we always play in the woods, because I love to throw scramble shots like that. Oh, dang. Annie, maybe. I had the line. All right, hole 6 here, blind shot. It's either, yeah, it's either inside with like a mid, outside with something really overstable, or honestly like a big turnover forehand. Nowadays, my play is definitely just like up the gut. But back in the day, it was just like the overstable driver out wide. This T sign right here with the Send It. You can see it's scratched off, but it used to say Bub. And that's the origin of Send It Bub right there. Literally just graffiti on my local course's T sign post, in case you're wondering. Iron Samurai 3. Up the gut. Dang it, too much hyzer. Let me just try the Skywalker too. A little quicker, get through the gap a little faster. Oh, still hit something late, but that worked better. This is the common place that everybody knows, but it's kind of like a backstop, so it's free birdie run. Come on, do it. Swing. Ah, just barely missed. And this is typically how it goes. A funsy, it hit off a branch and it's still 6 inches from the pin. This is gonna be another par right here. I'm even through 6. That's actually not a bad score for singles because it's basically like 3 of the must-gets and 3 of the please don't bogey hardest holes, which would be 2, 3, and 6 are like must-get birdies, and then 1, 4, and 5 are like very, very high bogey potential. So being even is like whatever. But in doubles, you got to get 2, 3, and 6, and at worst par the rest. All right, here we are, hole 7. This is honestly one of the signature holes. And you probably can't tell on camera how like far downhill this is, but we're a solid 50 feet above the ground level of the fairway. But the tricky part about the hole is we've got this tall, tall fairway, and it's wide at the base, but then as it gets taller, it leans into the middle. And the basket is actually on an upslope about 25 feet up at the end of the fairway. So the closer you want to get, the higher you have to challenge the trees, but the higher you go, the smaller the gap gets. And that's just like, as far as disc golf goes, that's like a chef's kiss. Play it safe to the bottom for a circle 2 putt, or play it aggressive through the tight gap for the park job. Skywalker 1. Just like that. But it's not parked. Hit one late, but it's not a bad shot. Try the Vanguard. I've got this Neo Vanguard prototype, one of the ones that Kyle Klein gave me. I've been throwing it all winter so far, all off season. Don't hit it, don't hit it. Oh man, that was gonna be tracking. I don't know if I've talked about, but off season means jump putt season for me, because I don't know, the comebackers don't scare me as much because I don't play for money in the off season. Started doing some jumpers at the USDGC, it was going great. Oh, come on. Put some hyzer on it and you got it. Like that. Easy peasy. I got those all day, Marky chap. I got you. One more quick story. Hole 7. 2015, back when I was playing Sunday doubles here every Sunday, I remember having a single guy play through us. He told us he was from Michigan. And he was throwing an MVP disc. And back then, throwing MVP was kind of like a weird thing to do. I had started bagging some because I thought it was cool to be unique. And I'll never forget, he steps up and just laces the line playing through our doubles group. And my buddy was like, he just steps up like that and just puts it on the green with a volt. I'm like, yeah, I mean, people are good in other parts of the country. Doesn't matter where you're from. You can play a course for the first time anywhere you go and have the best shot that a local's ever seen, because there's no fear of what if I hit this tree. I know, not knowing the bad spots. I actually felt like I lost a tournament here. Oh, let me fix this. In 2018, my buddy Joey Antosca and I battled it out here at 28 Chain Salute. And he was just playing it aggressive as I've ever seen anyone play the course. And I felt like it's because I think he was playing it for the first time, and me knowing what not to do scares me, but he had no fear, and that helped him beat me. Shout out to Joey Antosca. All right, hole 8. The only hole I've ever aced on this course. right there. So basically the play for me is like either turnover or flex sidearm. It's not even, it's really like a throw it on Annie and let it pan sidearm. So I'm going tactic. That's way too high, and I don't know why I'm not chalking up my hand. Let me try the MD5 with some chalk. Go left. Oh, too far. It really doesn't get better than this. Playing disc golf in the fall here at Devens on a beautiful day. That's how it all started for me and my dad way back in 2012. Looking for discs in the leaves, and if you lost to the only one you brought, that's the worst thing that could ever happen. So really brings back the good memories, and Devens is just such a special place to me, even though it's one of the most hated courses in the area because it's tough. The lines are tough, the rough is rough, and it's a hike. But I see all those as positives. Alrighty, here's the tactic. This is not a good drive on this hole. Should be way closer, but we'll go for another jumper. Told you it was on fire. All right, we're one down again. Let's go. All right, hole 9. Another rather blind shot, but the basket is way up left, up on a big rock. The play is either inside line flex, but there's a lot of trees there, or like a long flip up hyzer, riding hyzer. And I was gonna say a comment about on the last hole about the rough being rough and whatnot. I say it's a great thing because this is where I learned how to play. And there's a reason that after I got my license, I started playing all these other places other than here at Devens. But yeah, learning how to play on a course that's demanding and challenging and rough, it shapes you for the better. All right, let's see, C-line DD1 right here. That's as good as it could possibly ever be thrown. It's a very hard hole to park, so you take this drive 10 out of 10. Just like that. Just like that. Whew, good birdie. Not many things I take as much pride in this sport than just growing up the way I did in the Devens community, around the people I did. And yeah, it shaped me as a person for the better, and I'm thankful for it every day. And another thing that I'm very proud of myself is I believe I still hold the course record on both of these courses. The hill, I had a 14 under with 2 aces. And the general, I shot a 46, which is 10 under bogey free with an eagle on 11. I don't know if that is still, it's definitely not the solo. I think it might have been tied by like Dylan Capiccioli a couple years ago, but still. I love it here. And if those scores stand, I'm just so proud to have my name engraved in the history of the course here. Here's hole 10. This is one of the hardest gaps in the course. Can't really see the basket, but it's kind of down in the mess over there. And another fun fact, at the 2019 Hawktoberfest, I believe it was, Joey and Tosca got an ace on this hole. And they didn't even know it until they got to the basket, but only ace I've ever heard of on this hole. But I'm just gonna set the camera up on the tee pad here because there's not really a good way to show it. And it's a mummy shot. And I need chalk. Good second kick. There it is. Oh, we got a late one. That's just what happens. This is one of the holes that is a really good par. And when you don't get off the tee, you have the opportunity for like the confidence booster par save. So that's where we're at right here. I'm going tactic backhand. Just a nice soft floater. Ah, no, I feel like I should go sidearm here. All right. Yep, just like that. Go in the hole. Go in the hole. Oh man, parked it though. Confidence building par save right there. I'd like to take the opportunity now to just go down a list of people I'd like to thank for what they've done for Devens over the years during my time. And first off, John Borelli, designer of the hill, and the reason we have disc golf here at Devens. Also had the Killer Bee disc golf shop before I started playing, which then turned into the Hawk's Nest. Shout out to Mark Ducci. He might be the sole reason I ever got into it the way I did, because having discs for sale on site at the disc golf course made it that much easier for my dad and I to get hooked. And Luke Adolph ran the Devens League for years. I don't know if he invented the system we used to use, but Devens League used to be so badass. We had over 100 players for 4 weeks in a row in June 2016. And then the rest of the northern Massachusetts area got more leagues on Wednesday night, so we lost a lot of those people to their local clubs. But man, the Devens League used to be like a tournament every single week, and we had both courses, so we would max out like the hill, and then the general was just like a trickle start. But we had such a cool thing where you could start early on the general, so people who wanted to get home earlier than dark after league could play the general. And it was a handicap, so typically like a pool was like 4, 5, 6 strokes, and then whatever, it's the league average in each pool of the hill versus the general, and then they take it off on the round. But everybody else nowadays at Devens League, Bill, Matt Steinberg, he just moved to Vermont, Aaron Little, Tim Seeger, everybody that helps out, keeps Devens thriving. I appreciate you, and I hope you guys already knew that. But hole 11, second par 4 on the course, and last par 4, long shot. That orange marker on the tree is right above the basket. We have a brand new tee pad here. It's my first time seeing it, and this is a long time coming, so shout out to Mike Pearson. He's been doing a lot of work out here as well. This is one that you want the distance driver, but you don't really need it. But because we got the longer tee pad now, and we got the vlog going, I'm gonna try and eagle this again. But it takes a great shot and luck. So just gonna throw that out there before I throw. DD mega flip. Just like that. In the air though. Ah, see, you still catch late trees. And that's just not flippy enough. Or is it? Oh, it is. Okay, that's an eagle look. We like that. She's still here. This is a seesaw. Oh man, that just made me remind me. Another person that does a lot of work out here, Kyle Jones. Sorry, Kyle, I completely forgot. I don't want to leave anybody hanging, but look at this right here. That is a functioning seesaw out of a downed tree. And I have a clip of Marky and I actually riding it at Hawktoberfest 2 years ago. And if I can dig it up, I'll send it to Broderick and have him throw it in the video.
Good old seesaw.
Here it is! Alright, this is a tough shot to film, but I basically got like a kind of a downhill putt at it. I'm gonna try and give it a bid with the MD, but I actually don't have much faith in this working out very well. Oh, it worked perfect. Heiser! Oh my goodness, I'm actually really glad that didn't go in, because I would have been pissed that I didn't change the camera angle for you. Let me show you. So, just went right through this gap right here. And as you can see where it leads, oh, whoops, got caught on a stick. Where am I? I went just around it, chain high right. Okay, here is where Bob Ross landed, my DD1. So the DD had too much flip, hit a tree, and this one just kind of stayed straight and got lucky. But this is an eagle putt right here, funsy, of course, but these are the ones you need on Saturday. Come on, chap, let's go. Let's go, chap. Let's go, Mikey chap. Get us that eagle right there. Boom. I got a birdie coming up from my MD jump putt. But turned them both into eagle bids. So that's 3 down, heading into what would probably be considered like the gauntlet of the course. 12 through, yeah, I guess so. I don't know. The course has just changed to me so many times. I couldn't even tell you which 9 I think is harder anymore. I used to always say that the back 9 is harder, but we'll see how we do. Hole 12, always a classic. Basket on the rock. Big sidearm hole coming up here. And I finally got a broom. A lot of leaves out here. having a broom is definitely nice. I guess I didn't have to film this, but whatever. Whoops. I guess it was worth having on film now. All right, I'm going C-line DD1. Good sidearm hole, good sidearm disc. Let's see what we can do. Keep the birdies rolling. What? That was horrid. That was absolutely horrid. I wanted to throw the Vanguard here, but I realized I left it on 10. So I gotta go find that either after this hole or after 14. So I have to go DD1. Oh, weird branch. Perfect. All right, this is definitely not where you want your drive to land, so hopefully Marky would have thrown a better one, but let's try and make a little floater here. Oh, too much juice. Wow, I cooked that thing. Got the rock. I got a comebacker putt because I really wanted to two it with the tactic apparently. Bro. Tactic putt. All right. Oh, that's a 4, but wasn't really playing it safe on my first approach. All right, hole 13. Basket is at the far left side of your screen there. And there's 2 ways to play this hole. Because there's like that V tree in the middle. Some people just take like a distance driver, medium stability on a hyzer, try and get in before the rock. But if you throw late flip DD up the left side, ace run all day long. And I just want to say real quick, I just ran into the people that I saw at the beginning of the round. They were looking for a disc on 10. I got my Vanguard back. I walked over there and found it. And they were looking for a pink Underworld. Shout out to my buddy Steve Hamill. He was one of the few kids my age that I would play disc golf with here at Devens. And he had a pink Underworld as well. But we used to joke and call it his pink underwear. And they asked if I could find a pink Underworld. And it just made me giggle because Steve and I, as 14, 15-year-old kids, used to get a real kick out of hollering at people, hey, do you guys see pink underwear over there? Classic moment here at Devens. Oh no, just let it slip out, dude. I gotta try that one again. All right, I'm using my mulligan of the day just because I want to hit this line with the DD. This is literally the only reason I brought it. Get up. I mean, it's a good shot. This is, yet again, about as good as it gets. Landing on the shelf is something special. So, gotta make this. All right, that makes up for the bogey on the last one, even though this wasn't my first drive. Alrighty, hole 14, 392, but it's actually more, it's funny, the last one's 288, and it's like a distance driver, and this one's almost 400, and it's a putter. But that's because it just goes up and then back down. I don't have the disc I was planning on throwing here, which is my beat up tactic. I put in my winter tactic, but I do have this P1X that I think goes pretty straight. It's not straight like my tactic. My beat up tactic is like throw it on as much hyzer as I want and it's just gonna flip up to flat. And that's kind of what you need here, but I don't know. I'm feeling this P1X right now. I did just hit it off a tree pretty good. Yep. Oh yeah, hit nothing. That's what we like. There's no need to throw another shot on this hole. Thanks, Timmy Marr, for the P1X. It's a good thing that I went standstill because I'm 70 long. So the only thing I could have done differently there is just throw it lower because I hit the line perfect. But this is just one of those holes that it's so, like double bogeys in play. So you gotta just do whatever helps you commit to your line the best. I'm just gonna toss some jumpers here. Oh my God. I don't know what was wrong with that. Something. Hi, sir. Hey. Well, incredible drive, but I guess I did eventually need to hit something, and I didn't. But par there is what it is. But yeah, I want to show you something, because the biggest difference in this hole nowadays is in 2017, in the middle of the tournament. So we had pro day on Saturday, AM day on Sunday. And we play pro day, go home, then we hear all but commotion. A lot of fire here at the General. And it was right in this stripe. So there's hole 12's basket right there. This entire stripe of rough in between 14 and 13's fairway was just on fire. It started down here by 12's basket and just climbed the hill. And it's a lot less noticeable now, but like this used to be dense forest, like horrible rough. And now this entire like left section of the green is wide open. So definitely makes the hole a little softer, but it could have been worse, you know. The whole course didn't burn down to the ground, and that's what matters. All right, hole 15. Nothing too special about this hole. It's there's one tree in the middle. It's basically either you throw a sidearm hyzer or a backhand late flip left of it, or you could go like flex to the right of the tree. It's pretty rare that anyone does that. I'm going Vanguard like I wanted to on 12, and hopefully I can throw it immensely better than the way I threw my DD1 on 12. Yeah, I did. Don't hit. Oh, hit it. Oh, okay. Should I try a backhand just cuz? Backhand's the ace run for real. Even though Kyle Moriarty's aced this with a sidearm, I've never. But fun fact, Kyle Moriarty played Hawktoberfest, I think it was 2017, with Sam Henderson. And they started on hole 1 of the hill. He aced that to start his day. And by round 2, he aced hole 15. So 2 aces in one go. And shout out Bob Kolchuk and Aaron Little, because they shot what is still the course record on this course, 43 in doubles. And shout out to Bob Kolchuk as well. I forgot to mention him earlier. Just too late of turn. Needed to turn it sooner. That's where the good drives land. Right in Birdie Town. And now I just remembered, there's actually a lot of players that have played this course. And like a lot of players you would know. Colton Montgomery, Simon, of course, but first time Simon came here was the first time Colton came here. We did a Discmania Fantasy Doubles, and Colton and Bart tied the course record of 43. For first time playing the course, that was pretty insane for us to hear about and see. But who else has played here? Oh, 2019 after Maple Hill, I took Chris Clemens, Jordan Castro, Joel Freeman, and Adam Hammis out here, and Nick Carl. And we got a funsy round in, but that was the day that I realized that this course has so many blind shots. That's probably why I've never taken the vlog out here, but this is just the perfect opportunity to practice for Hawktoberfest and vlog. And yeah, I just remember being like, why do you guys keep walking up the fairway every hole? I'm telling you where to go. They're like, dude, you can't see anything off the tee here. So this is 16, little ace run funsy, and this is the last non-blind hole. So let's get into it. Multiple ways to play this hole. The way I prefer it is like the slow drifting right to left shot here, sidearm. And this is actually Sam Gaddis, Catch Cam Sam. This is his first ace right here. I have never hit it. I've hit other things in the basket, just not chains. I could do it. I could do it. I could do it. Oh, just short. Ah, that's what happens. So I'm parked because it drops off right behind the basket. So on Saturday, that's a great shot, but I was trying to ace it, unfortunately. All right, Timmy, P1X time again. Let's work some magic. Hold that straight. Dang it. Good kick. Oh man, I feel so good about this one right now. Just like that. No, it's turning. Ah. So unfortunately short, but parked. Great practice shot. All right, hole 17. Not much to say other than it's a pretty tough get. And we're going right into the sun here. It's basically just Skywalker hyzer flip. You want to keep going to the left, but it's completely blind. And with the sun, we might never see this disc again. You hear that? Me neither. That's good. This is what we call best case scenario. That's a Skywalker birdie. One more hole to go. And unfortunately it's literally like completely blind. But we're gonna listen for chins. Alrighty, hole 18. Good round. Alrighty, this is a little sidearm shot. Just a little baby tactic. Listen for chains. That is so inside. That would be unacceptable in the tournament. That's way better. Now it's time for some of my favorite shots to throw here. There is a hyzer gap, but the green filters all the way down to hole 1's fairway, so if you hit and skip, it's like a 70-footer uphill every time. But this is like, you can pure this and just land it nice and gentle. This is an old Greg shot right here. Just barely too soft. Dang it. Tilt, baby. I haven't done the tilt all day. And I don't even think this is the right shot for it, but I'm gonna try it. Maybe it is. It's down there. One putt to rule them all. We'll go Annie. I hope you can see that. But that one sticks. I think that one was a worse putt. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today's round here on the general. I just added up the scores. I ended up shooting 6 under, even with that spit out there on 18. So 49 if that went in, which is a pretty solid round. And anything under 54 is something to be proud of out here. Yeah, couldn't have asked for a better day to play some disc golf on some sacred grounds for me. And I forgot to give a shout out, because it's the Hole 1 tee sponsor, Mr. Ken Gary. And if you don't know who Ken Gary is, he is the designer of the general here. And if you were to play the general and ask somebody, what do you think, more righty or lefty favored? I think everybody says, oh, it's such a righty course. It was designed by a lefty, which I always just have thought is so funny, because it's like a stigma around the general that it's righty friendly. Yet the designer is a pure lefty backhand thrower. But he likes flippy stuff, so that makes a difference as well. But shout out to Ken Gary. Last one I'll shout out for the day for the Devens crew. But yep, getting ready for the weekend. Couldn't be more excited to compete out here with Marky Chap, and hopefully we'll take it down. But thank you for watching, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.